Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through chair yoga. We will practice together for 30 minutes. So just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretches do not work for you, you can always skip them, come on out and modify. And today we're just gonna work with a really nice full body flow. So we'll just work on those common areas that we tend to hold tension through the workday. So we'll release the back and shoulders a bit. We'll work with our wrists, legs, hips, low back. We'll try to get all of those problem areas. So things that you're gonna need for your class today is you'll just want a chair. So if you have a chair that's at your desk, that's perfect. And if your chair has wheels, you'll just want to put them in the lock position so you're not rolling around too much. But that's pretty much all you'll need for class today. So let's get started with a little relaxation. We call this a centering. It's a nice opportunity just to kind of release the day so far, to give us a fresh start and a new beginning for class. So as we start here, you may want to scoot towards the edge of your seat, and that will just help you to elongate the spine a little bit. We'll take a moment here to close the eyes and to begin with a body scan. So let's start by feeling our heels in line with our knees in line with our hips, and feel that the shoulders are over the hips. So we just don't want to be leaning forward or back too much. And then feel that the core engages here. So we want to create a little sensation of tucking the tailbone. Feel the navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Relax your jaw, relax your eyebrows. And maybe imagine that someone could draw you by the crown of the head by a golden thread. And take a moment to connect to the rise and the fall of your breath. And then as you're breathing here, let's just breathe in and breathe out through your nose. And carrying this breath with you through our time together today. And breathing in and out through the nose is really nice to help us relax a little bit more, help us to, drop into the present moment. It gives the mind a bit of an anchor point, which can be really important. Intention setting if you'd like, so you can have a goal or desire for class. That might be to relax or to release tension in a particular area. Let's take a moment here to drop our chin to our chest, so lengthening the back of the neck. We'll take the gaze right on up to the sky, giving yourself this opportunity to open up the throat a little bit. And chin to the chest. Gently relax your head down. And float your gaze on up. And let's go forward and back for a moment. Good. As you come to a neutral neck here, right ear to right shoulder, find that neck stretch. We'll come back to center, realign. Left to left. Back to center, and let's go 2 times on each side. So we're going to flow through the 6 movements of the neck, and this can be a really wonderful opportunity to get the circulation flowing, get the blood moving, and if it's a little sore or cranky as we start, it definitely will kind of open up as we flow through the stretches. Good, let's take neutral here, gaze off your right shoulder, give yourself a little twist. Come back to center, lengthen, and gaze off your left. Good. Back to center, lengthen. And let's just flow side to side here. And this is going to give us that nice twisting sensation in the neck. Really important to open up the neck a little bit here. When you come back to center, let's realign here, and then gently drawing your chin forward. So we're just kind of sticking the chin forward, and then we're going to begin to pull the chin back. And then draw your chin forward. and draw it back. And we're just gonna go a few more times here with the breath. Good. Let's come back to neutral. We are going to circle the head here. So imagine that there was a clock in front of you and the clock was lined with numbers. And now you just want to run your nose through the numbers of the clock. Begin to circle in the other direction. We'll reverse that movement. Good. Let's come to neutral here. Good. And just take a minute just to notice the neck. So sometimes I'll come into the stretch and I'll just notice that there's a lot of tension and my neck is a little tweaky. And then after I do that, it just feels so much more open. I can feel that the circulation and blood is flowing and moving. Let's take our hands at the heart space in prayer. Draw your chin to your chest, and then we are going to sweep our hands out in front. So those fingertips are going to reach and stretch forward, almost like we're kind of like fishing forward with those hands. And then open the chest and the heart, and we're going to open up those arms out to the sides of the room. Really good. Let's try that again. Chin to chest, exhale, round, and heart opens and shoulders relax. Let's take a moment here to flow with the breath. Lengthen as you inhale. Lengthen as you exhale. As you inhale, try to feel your shoulders relax from your ears. So create a bit of space here between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And on the exhale, really rounding through your back. So imagining creating space between the shoulder blades. Good. Let's come to neutral here. Reach for opposite elbows. We're going to square off the ears. And let's do a little shift to the right and the left. So we'll just come into a bit of a wiggle here in the waist. Good. Let's give ourselves a moment to pause. You can release the arms to the left. Try to ground into that right sitting bone and try to roll your left shoulder under a little bit and try to roll your right shoulder back slightly. We'll come back to center. Let's realign here. Nice full breath to lengthen and release your hands to the right. Pressing into that left sitting bone. Rolling your right shoulder under, left shoulder open. Good. Back to center. Nice lateral stretch in the spine. Hands to the sky. Breathe in. Release your hands to the right. Breathe out for a seated spinal twist. We call this one Ardha Matsyendrasana. So as you inhale, feel your spine lengthen. On your exhale, allow for your twist to deepen. Hands to the sky. Breathe in. And hands to the left. Breathe out. Now gaze off your left shoulder and just notice if that helps you move a little deeper into the shoulder stretch. So really lengthening. Good. Let's come back to center, hands to the sky, breathe here. And we are just gonna go side to side. We'll do 2 times on each side and feel free to flow at your own pace. You can definitely hold it if you want. Good. Let's bring it back to center, hands to the sky, and then hands at the heart on your exhale. Now let's take our hands to the sky, nice full breath in, reach up, stretch up. We are just gonna cross our wrists and then gently relax your hands down. Now, as you rise up, let's cross our wrist in the other direction this time. So maybe right hand on top, left behind, or vice versa. We're gonna take it up. Now let's, with our palms face forward, maybe take your right hand in front. Gently relax down. We're going to take those hands up, left hand forward this time. Palms are going to face forward. Good. Now let's release. Now this time, let's take our hands up. We're going to have right in front, but we're going to have our the top of our hand face forward. So we'll just change up that rotation. Good. Let's take our hands up, left in front, and let your back of your hand face forward. Good. And let's take our hands on up. Breathe in. Take the index and your thumb to touch and gently relax your hands down. Full breath in. Let's rise. And release. One more time here. Good. Now let's take hands into prayer above the head. Hands reach up. Hands into prayer. Hands at the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Hands are at heart space. Fingertips up. Arms out and around. Good. Now let's reach for opposite elbows behind your body. And if you can't reach for opposite elbows, that's okay. Just move in that direction. And from here, we are going to try to relax our shoulders away from our ears. Sometimes those shoulders will kind of creep to the ears a little bit. So try to relax them down. Now let's hold on to the stretch, but we're just going to change up which hand is on top and which hand is on bottom. You can probably feel it feels probably very natural now. Now let's try to change that up. It might feel a little unnatural. So we'll just have opposite hand for opposite elbow. Good, and let it go. Let's bring our hands onto our shoulders. Elbows split forward. Take them up, back, and down. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Great. Let's work with our wrists a bit. So for this one, hands will come together at prayer at the heart space. And keeping the hands together, let's gently draw your hands off to the right. So we're kind of shifting out those prayer hands to the right side of the room. And personally, when I do this, I feel the stretch in so many different places in my arms. So maybe you feel the same. But just remembering that we all experience, each stretch really differently. And we experience different intensities and we experience different muscles stretching. So it really kind of depends on your body and your movement patterns and all the things that you've been through, your body's been through. Let's come back to center. Nice full breath to lengthen. Let's take our hands to the left. Maybe pushing yourself a little bit. See if you can draw the hands to the left a little bit more. Good. Let's come back on through to center. So having your hands at prayer at heart, let's take this left hand and press it nice and firm into that right hand. So we're going to let our prayer hands peel from one another. And this is just going to give us a nice opportunity to open up the wrists. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to center and right hand presses into your left. Good. Let's come back to center here. Now, keeping your hands together at prayer, let's glue those palms together. We are going to press our hands off to the right. See if that gives us a little different stretch here. Back to center, prayer hands glued together, fingertips to the left. Maybe they're aiming to where the wall and the ceiling come together. Good. Now let's take our hands back to center. We're going to flip our prayer hands over. Good. And then draw your palms up towards your face a little bit here. Full breath in, full breath out. Great. Gently shake that one out. Palms come together, fingers interlock, palms will touch and circle out through the wrists here. Maybe find large circles and maybe find smaller circles. Circle in the other direction. We'll reverse that movement. And release. Let's shake out the wrist of any tension here. Great. So let's take that time to square up the legs. So heels in line with knees, knees in line with your hips. Take a nice full breath here to lengthen, and we are going to fold down. So if you wanted to, you can bring your hands down to the ground. You can also reach for opposite elbows behind the legs. And then we're just simply folding forward here. Now, this is a nice stretch for your low back, and it's also a really good stretch for the internal, or a really nice little movement for the internal organs and also the digestive system. So as we lean forward and we put a little bit of pressure of our stomach onto the fronts of our legs, can give a nice little gentle massage to the internal organs, nice little massage to the digestive system. And that's really important. We don't always do that. So it's always good to kind of change it up. Good, let's release ourselves out. Feel free to bring your hands into your legs to make your way up to neutral. And let's try a little different variation this time. So right leg comes up and over. I'm just gonna give it a nice little cross here. Take a full breath to lengthen. Make sure that you feel grounded evenly. So sometimes we can be shifted a little one side to the other. So feel free to lift up and even off here. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's come on down to fold. So again, you can relax your hands down if you wanted. You may want to try to reach for opposite elbows underneath the legs or maybe opposite wrists. And try to relax your head as best as you can here. So you could gaze maybe to try to gaze to the wall that's behind you. See if that would help to relax your neck a little bit more. And then coming on up, realigning here, right foot lowers, left leg comes up and over. We're gonna just fit that nice little cross. Make sure that you feel even in the right side and the left side. Full breath here to lengthen. Let's come on down, fold. And if you're trying to reach for opposite elbows or wrists, you might notice that it might be easier on the side. It might be more challenging on the side. So just noticing your body's natural movement patterns. Let's begin to release. Unwrap the legs. Let's do a reset on our feet and take a nice full breath in. Let's bring our hands right on up to the sky, and hands will be in line with your shoulders. Reach and stretch up with your right hand. Create a little bit of slack on this left side. And then left hand rises up, little slack on the right, reaching, stretching. And let's flow side to side here. And each time try to reach and stretch up and out of the waist a little bit more. It's almost like we create a bit of tension and then we offer a bit of a release. Good. Let's come back to neutral here. Hands relax down. Now let's work with a shoulder shrug. Right shoulder is going to draw to the ear, create a little bit of tension, and then gently relax. Left shoulder draws up, tense, 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 and release. Let's go one time on each side. Right up, tense, tense, tense. Let it go. Left, tense, tense, tense. Let it go. Shoulder roll. Take shoulders up, back, and down. Now let's take that shoulder tension on both sides at the same time. So shoulders up, tense, 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 and release. Shoulders up, tense, 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 and release. Let's go one more time here. Breathe in, create that tension. Good. And let it go. Let's take one more shoulder roll here. Take shoulders up, back, and down. So when we do our shoulder rolls, I really encourage this movement of shoulders up, back, and down. And you might say, how come we only circle that way? Because a lot of times in yoga, if we move one way, we want to move the other way. We tend to just do our shoulder circles up, back, and down because so much of our lifestyle has us going forward. So if we did our shoulder circles in the other way, it does encourage this forward movement. And that's kind of the movement that we have when we're, at the computer or with the phone, driving, so many times throughout the day. So that's just one of the reasons why we just go up, back, and down, just to give us that opportunity to open the collarbones, broaden the chest, open up those shoulders, try to relax them a little bit more. So let's come on up to stand. We'll try some standing stretches. And feel free to grab onto your chair. We'll do a little work with our balance. And this one is so nice for strengthening the legs as well. So if you need your chair, take it off to the left so that you can have it for a little bit of support. But if you want to challenge the balance a little bit more, maybe bring your hands onto your hips. Now let's start with our right leg. We're going to have our right leg straight, and we are just going to float our right leg off to the right. So we're just going to do a nice little kick out to the side. Good. And again, you have your chair here if you need it. Good. Let's take a moment to pause. You can plant the feet. Give yourself a breath in and out. Now let's do a kick forward with our right leg. So we're just going to do a nice kick out in front. Good. Feet plant, breath in and out. Now let's take that on the left side. So left leg does a kick out in front. Good. Inhale and exhale. Now let's take our right foot and you are just going to simply turn your toes in a little bit so that your big toe is pointing to the other big toe. On the right side. Now let's try to keep our foot in that position the whole time. Kick it off to the right. Good. Great. Now from here, let's spin ourselves so that we can grab onto the chair. And again, you're going to have that if you need it. Hands at the hips if you'd like. Let's start with our right leg. We're going to float it back on the right side. Kick back. Great. Plant your feet. Inhale and exhale. Let's go on the left side. Kick it back. Good. Let's plant the feet. Inhale, exhale. Now let's take our chair. We're going to send it to the right. And then working with that left leg now. So again, you have that if you need it. Left leg's going to do a float out to the side of the room. Good. Plant the feet. Inhale, exhale. Let's take that one last one. Left toes turn in, so big toe points to the other big toe. Keep your foot in this position. Let's float it out. Good. Plant your feet. Inhale and exhale, and then let's just shake that one out. I love that one. definitely shows me all of these little muscles that I forget that I have. And what I love about it as well is it really helps us with our balance. And when we're standing on one leg, it's so great because we are strengthening the small muscles in the toes, the ankles, the knee, and then we also strengthen those big muscles as well. So it's really, really good for just strengthening the lower body. Let's bring our feet in line with our hips. Take your hands to the sky, breathe in. Fingers will interlock and palms will press up. Nice full breath here to lengthen. And let's draw the hands to the right. Roll your right shoulder under, left shoulder rolls open, and just feel that the heart is shining to the sky. Coming back to center, let's realign here. Full breath to lengthen, hands to the left. Maybe feel your right hip pressing to the right. Just guiding you a little deeper into the side stretch. Come back on through to center. Release your hands behind your body. Let's try out a yoga mudra. So for this one, fingers interlock. Keep your palms to touch, or imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. Lengthen your spine. Fold yourself down as you exhale. Now your arms can run along your back, and you can also release your arms away from your back body as well. Let's gently relax our hands onto our low back. Hands can float down towards the ground. And then let's flow on up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Good. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Let's try a variation of a down dog / forward fold using our chair. So what you'll want to do is access the seat. Now on this one, the natural tendency of the body might be that you want to press your chair away, but we don't want to do that. We want to feel really safe and stable in the pose. So create a little sensation of pressing straight down so that the chair doesn't move too much. And if you have a chair that has wheels and you're going to be sliding all over the place, feel free to skip it and just meet us in the next one. I want you to feel really supported in this one. So let's bring our hands onto the chair. You can grab onto the sides of your chair. And then once you're in the pose, the nice thing is there's actually not any weight in the hands. All of the weight is back into your heels. And then this is just a really nice opportunity to lengthen the backs of your legs, lengthen your spine. And we can shake it out a little bit here. Maybe bend one knee and bend the other knee, and maybe relax your head yes and relax your head no. Let's bring ourselves into stillness and just holding this one. Weight in the heels, inhale and exhale. Good. Let's walk our feet forward. We're gonna bring ourselves into a fold, hands on the seat. And let's just shake out those legs in the fold. Bend one knee and bend the other knee, and relax your head yes, and relax your head no. Good. We can take a moment to lower the stomach down, lift the heart, and we're going to come on up to stand. Rise with the hands up, and then hands at the heart, exhale. Fantastic. Let's bring it back to our chair. We can find our way into seated, just how we started our time together today. Maybe sit to the edge of your seat. Take a moment here. Maybe draw your hands onto your legs. Close your eyes. Take a nice breath in and out through your nose. Gently feel your chest rise on the in-breath, and then feel your chest fall on the out-breath. Take time to notice how you feel here. Observe your mind, your body in the moment. Feel your mind relax, calm, at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. Tension that you came to class with, just feeling how that has released with breath and movement, meditation. Letting the eyes open when you are ready. Thank you so much for joining today. It's really wonderful to be here with you. I hope you have a fantastic day today, and I look forward to seeing you next class. Take care.